What is going on, Weekend Hangover crew? This is your boy Preach bringing y'all another episode. Today we're going to talk about week one of the preseason and what I thought about it, who I liked, maybe some dislikes. First up is who the Surfer Man pointed out in his Miami Dolphins position battles for the wide receivers is Preston Williams. He had 4 catches for 97 yards, no touchdowns. But it was the impact that I think he made on the field is the reason why I think he's going to make that team continue to go forward. It just seemed like it was Rosen's number one target. I mean, he went after him. On top of that sideline catch, toe tap in his feet. As Nate Burleson would say, the toe drag swag. I mean, just beautiful catch on the sideline. Then he had one Moss moment where he just jumped up with the defender and just snagged it from him. I mean, what can I say? It looks like the kid's going to have a spot, and I believe he's like 6'5". Man, kid looks like he could catch, he could play. I kind of like him. Next up, we're going to move on to Daniel Jones, who I want to say I told you so, all you Giants fans. I did not think Daniel Jones was a terrible quarterback like people were predicting, like people were saying. I mean, come on. He had a terrible offensive line in Duke. He had no weapons out there even. And when the kid was getting killed, he still stood in the pocket. He threw. He did all kinds of stuff. And he proved it again last night. Now, the offensive line protected for him, so he didn't have to basically scramble for his life or take any big hits or anything like other quarterbacks did. And he was 5 for 5 for 67 yards and a touchdown. He only needed one drive to show you guys how good he really can be. I mean, he's basically going to take over for Eli when it's all said and done, and I don't think any Giant fans should worry about anything. I mean, he's going to be there for y'all just like Eli was. Now, next on the list is going to be a little hurtful for me because he is a Redskin. It's Dwayne Haskins. Now, I'm just going to go off of Dwayne Haskins right now, and then I'm going to say for the rest of my skins. But Dwayne Haskins, he was 8 for 14 for 117, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now, when he first came out, the first 2 passes, one was on the scramble outside of the pocket. I believe it was for like 25 yards. Looked really good. Then it just kind of just looked like downhill from there. Now, I know people are going to complain about the offensive line. They weren't protecting. They weren't doing this. You can't blame the offensive line for those 2 picks he threw. The first one he threw was an awful pass. First of all, I believe it was a wheel route to the running back. The running back was a good 5 steps ahead of the linebacker. If he could have just lobbed it up to him a little bit further, I believe that could have been a touchdown, if not a huge gain. Instead, he just kind of just wobbled it out there and ended up being an easy pick for the linebacker. Mac Wilson, who had a huge game, by the way. And the second one, where the fuck were you throwing that to? First off, I believe there was 3 or 4 defenders in the way. Was perfect coverage by whoever was guarding him, first off. And then you had just 2 other Browns just sitting in the area. Now, not only did you overthrow him by a good 5 yards, overthrew the receiver by a good 5 yards, but you also threw it behind him a good 2-3 yards. So no matter what, he had 0 chance at it. 0. That was a horrible decision, horrible pass altogether. Now, I do understand this is with a bunch of second and third stringers, if I'm not mistaken. Some fourth stringers thrown in there a little bit. But damn, you got to at least show something. I mean, at least make some type of accurate passes. Make something. Don't sit there and make stupid picks. Now, I think, me personally, that's one of the reasons why I wanted him to kind of sit behind a quarterback this year. Either Case Keenum or Colt McCoy. Which, by the way, Case didn't look too bad in this game. I'm not going to go into too much of him. But as far as the rest of my Redskins, holy fuck, we couldn't stop anything. I mean, the Browns' third string quarterback, was it Gilbert, was tearing us up. I mean, their whole team was tearing us up. They were running the ball on us. They were passing it on us. They even got a kick return for a touchdown, or a punt return for a touchdown. I mean, they absolutely destroyed us. Our defense looked like we couldn't stop anything. And one of everyone's camp favorite, Moreland, I feel like he got picked on a lot. Absolutely got picked on. Now, he happened to cause a fumble when the receiver was about to walk in for a touchdown. When he was switching arms, he just happened to cause the fumble. I give him credit for that. But outside of that, it just felt like he was getting completely picked on. I hope the defensive coach and the DB coach can kind of work with him a little bit more. This isn't practice anymore, you know. Now with Mac Wilson, he had a huge game, 2 picks, pretty nice. He seemed to be everywhere with tackles and all that good stuff. The Chicago Bears defense, man, even though they were damn backups, they were still getting picks left and right. I was like, what the hell? It just must be in the defense. It's got to be in the genes or something. I don't know. Another one is the Patriots. God damn, they just bring quarterbacks out of nowhere. I mean, everywhere you look, it's just a quarterback. Oh, man. I mean, Hoyer, he did what he did. He lit him up. Backup running back, third string running back. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'm sorry about that. But, I mean, he even lit him up. Patriots just absolutely blew them out of the water. But speaking of quarterbacks play, and this one has me kind of worried because this team is my Super Bowl prediction, is the Eagles. The backup quarterback, Seinfeld, a.k.a. Studfeld, got hurt last night. Looks like he's going to be out. I believe it's 4 to 8 weeks, sorry. And that does not look good because Wentz has not been the healthiest of quarterbacks. I think you need something behind him. So, do the Eagles go out and get somebody? Do they absolutely need somebody at this point? You would hope that Carson Wentz can stay healthy through the whole season, if not at least through 4 to 8 weeks while Sudfeld gets in. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, you guys let me know what you thought about the preseason week 1. We'll try to hit you all up with the preseason for week 2, and hit us up with a like. And if you want to be a part of the Weekend Hangover crew, subscribe to us. And until the next video, peace.